expressed by the hosts of this podcast are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. None of it. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show. All right, so we are back with another episode of Behind the Streams. Joel Solo will not be joining us today. He is allegedly on vacation. He could be on the set of Fast 28, recording something. Joel, you never know. But today I have the lovely and super talented, what do you want to go by on this? Actrix or Janina?
It's Janina. But yeah,
God.
Actrix or Janina, it's fine. I know the spelling of the name can be deceiving.
Well, I probably should have asked that beforehand, how you pronounce it.
That's bless.
God, I'm an
But
idiot.
thank you very much.
That's a good intro. So maybe tell us a little about yourself then. God, I dropped the
Okay.
ball on that one.
Well, I studied drama at the University of the Witwatersrand. I am currently pursuing an acting career. And so I sort of started YouTube while I was in university and kind of while COVID was going on. And it's sort of, because there weren't a lot of opportunities to physically do acting, I thought, you know what, I'll kind of start creating my own opportunities, maybe have a chance to do the things that I want to do and create something, have fun with it because
Hmm.
like yeah, I mean, even in university, while we were there, I didn't always get to do the kind of stuff that I wanted to do, so I thought, this could give me a little bit of freedom to explore what I want to kind of do with acting.
I mean, I've enjoyed everything you put on there. When I decided to
Thank
start
you.
this up, you were somebody that was on my list because the one you did for Gremlins is what drew me in. I'm a big
Oh,
Gremlins
really?
fan.
That's an
So
awesome movie.
so that like scene by the fireplace, like yeah, that was when I
Mhm.
added you to the list. I was like, I just and it's different. Like not a lot of people are putting that kind of content, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like super underrated.
Oh,
And your Gordon
thanks.
Ramsay. The Gordon Ramsay one was good too. The COVID
Oh,
one.
that was fun. I enjoyed filming that one.
Yeah, because at first I was like, was this a real episode she's reenacting? I was like, oh no, she's going doing her own thing with this, which I thought that was kind of
Yeah.
neat.
Funny enough, with that one, it was actually supposed to be a project while we were doing the drama online for university. It was a thing where we had to sort of mimic someone,
Hmm.
do an impression of someone. So it kind of started with that, and I created the video from that. Yeah,
No, I thought it was really, really dope. Yeah,
thanks.
I said you don't see a lot of people, actually showcasing talent like on YouTube. Like it's
Mm,
a lot of the content creations kind of just people that stick to, I don't know, just like video games or
mm,
even just movie reviews, stuff like that. But you're like actually kind of out of the box a little bit, doing something different.
thanks. Um, it's funny because like on one hand, I really enjoy making this kind of content, but on the other hand, like I find that it is a little bit difficult to sort of gain traction for it because it's like a little bit niche and stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah, trying to kind of get it out there is a little bit of a challenge, but I guess because I love it, I'm still motivated to continue and I enjoy creating what I do. And, if the views come, they come. If they don't, well,
No,
yeah.
I 100% understand. What category do you put that in when you upload them? Because YouTube is so weird about like
Mm.
certain genres and all that.
Um, are you talking about, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the, um, when you're editing the videos, it has
Hmm.
that category thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
I think I put it in entertainment.
entertainment.
Yeah, I think there's also one for. movies and stuff. So sometimes I think depending on the video, I kind of alternate between the two, but usually entertainment.
Yeah, the algorithm is so weird on here. Like even
It
for
is.
this, I had no idea what to upload it under because like it's
Mm,
called behind the streams, but like it's not really about gaming. I don't really because everyone always asks me. They're like, "Oh,
yeah.
what's what are you guys talking about?" And she's like, "We just talk about whatever. It's just behind the streams because I'm used to streaming." So
Mm,
this is more I don't know. This is where you kind of cut loose and just show people like a different side of you, I guess. Kind of more like what you're like when you're not behind the camera. That's kind of the whole
yeah.
concept.
I quite like that concept though, because like yeah, sometimes I think with like the content I upload, I'm not always yeah, portraying sort of like how I normally talk, I guess. Maybe sometimes in intros and outros, I try to add a little bit in there, but like I guess I'm not constantly a character. So it is interesting to show, the people who follow you this like other side, or even with the gaming and stuff, I'm sure like it's different,
Mhm.
to see how you act in a different context.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes you don't want to show people too much of yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like when you've kind of, like you said, played a character in front of your audience for so long, sometimes you just want to kick your feet up and, show people, how you really are, what kind of, and plus, I don't want to say like things are too political on here, but sometimes you can't really be yourself
mm.
in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like in a way, sometimes like I don't know, certain like opinions and things I mean nobody's ever like you can't please everyone at the end
Hmm.
of the day. So yeah, you sharing your opinion is something you kind of like I think maybe a lot of people avoid because it's like
Cancel culture.
you don't want to cause any negative traction or but at the end of the day there's always going to be someone who disagrees, someone who agrees. It's yeah.
Yeah, I think people are so terrified of the cancel culture too. Like they say the
Mm,
wrong thing, and next thing you know, they're getting death threats and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of sad that we've, you
yeah.
know, entered this time in society where it's just like that.
Yeah, I mean, people are just scared to say what they mean sometimes. And yeah, look, some things are, maybe problematic, but then other times it's, sometimes it's just like what someone feels or like a opinion that's I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that people can get canceled for. I actually made a video about cancel culture using my Chloe Taylor character, who's a bit of like a satirical character on about like influencers and stuff like that. And
Mm.
when I posted that video, it was quite funny because a lot of people in the comments were like, "Who are you? We haven't heard of you," and they were kind of taking it seriously, which was quite hilarious to, sort of watch.
Yeah, when you enter someone's algorithm that's not used to seeing you, it could go one of two ways. It's like, oh, I like this person. Where'd they come from? Or it's like, who the heck are you? Like, why am I seeing you?
Mm,
Because
yeah,
like it's one of those things where like if like someone clicks on a video and they don't see 1 million views and 600,000 likes on it, they're just like they're dismissive. And I've
that's
seen a
true.
lot of bad content that gets a shit ton of views too, which is also kind of weird.
It is kind of weird. And like sometimes even with like your own content, certain things you'll think, oh, I think this will do well. And then it really doesn't. And then other things, they get a little bit more. And you're like, well, I didn't put that much effort into that, yet here we are.
Yeah, like kind of example is like last year I did a Madden review. It was kind of half-assed. Did it late at night, super sleepy, and I was like,
Yeah,
this will probably get a couple hundred views. I ended up getting like 5,000 views. It was pretty lazy on my part. Like I put way more effort into other videos and only get like a couple hundred. So then when I did it
okay.
again this year, I actually put a little more effort into it, and then this one got like 400 views. So it's like,
Oh, wow. I mean, it's, I guess, whatever the algorithm, decides and who it sends it to as well. I think, yeah, it's really hard to predict these things. You can go and look into analytics, and you can, try and get your SEO up and like put in all the right hashtags, but sometimes it just doesn't reach the right audience and stuff, or like it just doesn't show it to a lot of people, and it's strange how it all works.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Like, cause most of my like subscribers came from, like once again, like a half-ass shorts video, like something for the
Mm,
Apex Legends, Winter Express. Just put it up during the night, got 20,000 views, all these subscribers, and then it comes another problem where it's like if you're kind of like a variety like gamer,
mm,
and they see something like that, they come to your channel because they think that's all you're doing, and then they find out like, oh, this
um,
guy's playing Roblox, he's playing Minecraft. Then they end up just not watching anything anyways.
that's yeah, that can also be a problem. I remember like when I first started YouTube, I was sort of like, I don't know, I was getting into a couple of like uh, Facebook Discord groups to where people would kind of like support one another, and
Mm-hmm.
like you would do the kind of like watch like comment thing, and
The sub for
you
sub.
kind of have to contribute and people contribute back kind of thing, and eventually it wasn't a sustainable thing, and although people maybe like the content, it's not something that they necessarily watch on a regular basis, and I found myself feeling that way about some of the content as well. Like, it's not really something that I generally watch. Like, it wasn't bad content. It's just like not something that is my particular taste always. And so it becomes a bit of a tiring and tedious process. And then you kind of have people who are subscribed, but maybe not necessarily engaging as much with the channel as you would like. And yeah, I think that kind of was a lesson to learn.
Yeah, the what do they call it? The sub for sub trap. Because I started the
Mm,
same way. Facebook groups, Discord groups, where you just you get people in your DMs and they're like, hey, watch this video and I'll subscribe to you. And it's like they'll watch what, like 30 seconds of it and then subscribe, because otherwise
mm,
YouTube would like pull the sub away. You go to bed, wake up the next day, and like half of them are gone. Like YouTube already knows what you're
mm.
doing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but sometimes, I mean, look, it's also, I guess, there's that like sub for sub where it's like very like, base level. And then there's like the kind where you sort of start like, you interact with the people and stuff, and you kind of build a little bit of something,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still, there's still that disconnect, and it doesn't really function well. It's like not the best way, to gain things. And yeah, in some ways it did work, but in the long run, it's not like a permanent solution.
Yeah, I mean, so it definitely doing stuff like that opened my eyes to other like YouTubers. Like
Mhm.
prime example is Hot Lettuce TV. Like that's how I
Oh
met
yeah,
him through there.
me too.
Like I love him. Like when I watched his first video, I was like, how does this guy not have like 100,000 subs? And I like
Mm,
reached out to him. I was like, hey, we should do a collab, and we did like a Deep Rock Galactic. I don't know if you've ever seen that game, but it's like you're like these little dwarf guys, and you go into caves and stuff, and you mine for gold. But there's like monsters and bugs that attack you.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
strange, but it was
interesting.
like it was different. It was like a
Mm,
collab, we did. That's what kind of made me shift from just doing like the Apex Legends stuff to like almost having a what do you want to call it, like a bucket list a little bit, like things I wanted to check off the
okay.
list, like different games, different types of content, like kind of where we're at right now is like doing a podcast, something that's always been on my
Yeah.
list, but still kind of in the same genre, because we can talk about games, just talk about whatever, but you don't want to
Okay.
stick to. I didn't want to be stuck in a box, I didn't want to always be
Um,
doing the same game, the same kind of reviews. Like I like kind of like to switch it up a little
get
bit.
you. Trying to explore a little bit and open up, kind of thing. I guess like also that's in a way like with the acting thing. Like I think I think I mentioned at the beginning like one of the things that I wanted to do with my channel is be able to explore my capabilities as an actor. I wanted to do things that I wasn't getting to do all the time. explore different characters because, like, I mean, there's the thing about being typecast as well. So,
Mm.
I just kind of wanted to try a bunch of different characters. Like, if I found something that seemed like an intriguing or fun monologue, then, I want to give it a go. I want to challenge myself. And yeah, it's good to be able to explore different sides of a thing and be able to try new things.
Now, is there a lot of editing involved when you do the character ones, or is it kind of like one shot? You get it done all at once.
Well, that depends on the video.
Oh,
um, I think the Love Tactics one I did recently, that one required a lot of editing, as well as the Halloween one I did. Like, in that video, I think I kind of delved into makeup tutorials and how they kind of create their content. And look, I don't know if there was an easier way to do that, but
I thought it was kind of
I
cool
sat
though.
there. Oh, thank you. I had fun doing it. Like, I enjoyed doing the makeup and stuff, but I was just, my storage space was dying a little as, I had to eventually cut like a lot to piece it together to make it, kind of coherent and not just like, just me doing makeup, seeing all the, like little mistakes in between, or like, some things take a little longer, so I have to speed them up. Yeah, it was quite a long process that took me a few hours. Because like, yeah, but it was still fun. It was fun. And also, like, with that Love Tactics one, I think that took a little bit of editing because I was trying to make little comments appear in the video as if it was alive or real time.
Oh,
And that was a grueling process, not to mention my editing app went haywire and was making things glitch and yeah.
yeah.
And
I noticed
sometimes
that
there's
when
also
you add stuff like that in, it always causes problems. Like you probably like me, where you have the idea in your head, and then when you get in the editor doesn't want to work with you.
mm, yeah, some things don't always go according to plan, and I actually had a little bit of an issue where my editing app, it just after I downloaded the video, it just started glitching. Like the saved video was just glitching and creating weird things, and so I had to delete it. And then when I deleted it, and for some reason it wasn't letting me click on it on the Play Store, and I had a whole thing. But eventually I managed to sort it out. I have it back. But yeah, no, sometimes these things can be a little unreliable. But you got to do what you got to do.
Was it the video that was messed up, or the editor made it seem like the video had something wrong
No,
with it?
it was the editor. It went through the editing app. I saved it from there, and something just went wrong. Like, I think it was in the I think it was in that love tactics video at the in the intro and the outro. For some reason, the video just goes a little blurry and glitchy for a second, and then back to normal. So at least it wasn't in the actual like main part, but it was still a little bit annoying.
I mean, I'm kind of the same way. Like, at least I know if someone's made it that far, they've already pretty much watched the video. So if you can catch
Mm,
that little glitch or like a slip up. Now, in the
mm,
beginning of a video, it's a little bit different. Like, that's when you want, to bring the people
yeah,
in and get them engaged a little bit.
yeah. The beginning of the video is important because yeah, I can like make or break the video. Whether you grab that attention or not.
So is Chloe Taylor your favorite character that you play? Because I've seen her the Get Rich, her views, whatever you want to call it, her Get Rich scheme.
Well, I mean,
Well, not even a scheme. I
look,
guess that's how Chloe Taylor is. That's just the character.
yeah. No, she has her ways. She's a little bit different from the rest of us, but she is a lot of fun. I think she's just kind of this exaggeration. I mean, I'm not sure. I think she is one of my favorite characters to play. There's been a few on my channel which I've really loved doing. But yeah, Chloe is something else. I generally try to sort of grab inspiration from different everyday things, like things that might seem normal, and then like, take her and create this exaggerated, over the top kind of thing about it. Like, for example, like washing the dishes, I'll use Chloe to somehow make a big deal about that, like, why do I have to do chores, this is humiliating, how dare they. So it's just it's fun to be able to exaggerate these things and just go kind of wild with this character.
It kind of reminds me of Alicia Silverstone in Clueless a little
Hmm.
bit, where she's kind of like everything makes sense in her mind, but to other people, it's like, wow, this girl is just kind of like she just kind of believes these things that she says,
Yeah.
but she doesn't know any better. That's just how she is.
That's true.
Which is also
It's
a
just
really good movie. And that's a
mm,
you done anything from Clueless?
no, I haven't. Maybe I should look into it. See
You've
if
seen
I
it though,
found
right?
anything. Huh? Yeah,
You
yeah. I have seen it. I think probably a while ago though. Maybe I need to rewatch it and check if there's anything I can use from there.
Another cool one I was thinking about is if you did the Joker scene from the Dark Knight, like the first time he meets Batman, kind of like where he tells him about the scars and all that, because you're really good with the makeup.
Okay. I can't remember if I did that particular scene, but maybe I'll do it. I'll take that into consideration as well. But I did make like a long monologue out of a compilation of the Joker's monologues in one of the Batman movies,
Hmm.
and I kind of smushed them together. I think it was like 2 years ago when I did that, and yeah, that was quite fun.
Oh, I actually missed
I
that.
mean, I enjoyed it. No, you should go see it if you like the makeup and stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, no,
Because
I
that's the
had fun
Heath
with that.
Ledger Joker, right? Not the Jack Nicholson.
Yes, yes, yes. Heath Ledger Joker.
Have you seen the new
um,
one?
Actually, no, I haven't seen the new one. I kind of missed that one somehow.
Yeah,
Is it
talking
good?
to a few no, I don't know. Me and a few buddies were talking about it the other day,
Um,
and we're just like big Batman fans, and for some reason, none of us have watched the new one. I wonder if it's like a lot of us are kind of like on the fence because the dude from Twilight is playing Batman. Is that
Listen,
it for you?
uh, no, look, I haven't watched that either yet, but I would give it a try. You never know, and sometimes an actor can surprise you as well. Like, when they play an unexpected role, sometimes it can kind of be a little bit shocking. I think sometimes that's the problem also with getting typecast. Some actors, people expect them to play a certain role, and then they kind of maybe shun a movie before it's really even out, or before, like, just when they find out this person is playing it, and they're like, but this person is this kind of actor, why are they here? But then, you can be pleasantly surprised. Sometimes it can backfire, and it might not, you can see why maybe they don't generally do that. But I like to maybe give things a chance before I, criticize or anything, give my opinion. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll give it a watch and see how it is.
I mean, it's been on my list for a while, and I just never pull the trigger on it. And I think the other
Hmm.
thing is
Yeah.
probably because it's 3 hours long. It's
Oh,
like
it is.
yeah, it's like 2 hours and 50 minutes. 2 hours is probably like the sweet spot for a movie. I feel like an hour and a half sometimes isn't long enough.
Sometimes, yeah, that's true.
I think three
I think it
is
depends on the story.
three is too long. Especially a prime example would be when I went to the theater to see The Lord of the Rings, the third movie.
Mhm.
And that movie should have ended about 45 minutes before it really did. Like they really like dragged it out. You're just sitting there and you're like, all right. And then the next thing happens, then this
Hmm.
happens. But then you're just
Okay.
kind of over, especially when it's the last part of a like a trilogy.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess like they maybe it's because they wanted to, like, really make it, look, I haven't watched it, but
Oh,
maybe they
come
just wanted
on.
to make it
What are you
rather
doing?
big thing, and then overdid it a little bit. But look, funny story. The only Lord of the Rings movie I watched was the first one, and I watched it because I had to write a drama exam on it in grade 10, along with the Truman Show.
Okay, I was not
And
expecting that.
I kind of had a math test on the same day as my, sorry, a math exam on the same day as my drama exam. I spent all night studying for the math exam. I got like 54%, but then for the drama exam, I watched the movies, basically went over a couple of notes an hour before the exam. I got 94%, and I think that explains why I
Nice.
became an actress and not, a mathematician or something.
Now, did you enjoy the movie?
It was longer than it needed to be.
Oh, so you agree.
I,
Well, imagine
yeah.
that with an extra hour on it. That's the third movie.
Oof. No, that's a little much. But sometimes a story needs it. Sometimes they need that extra hour, to really flesh out the story well. But sometimes it just feels like people are trying to fill in space. Like you have to make sure that you're doing it right, kind of thing.
I mean, for all that, they should have just made a fourth movie.
Yeah, and I mean, extend the franchise. Why not?
I mean, I know there's been spin-offs, but nobody watched them.
Uh,
Probably not. You're a Harry Potter fan, though, right? Oh no, you're. I hear the laugh. We might be in the same boat
um,
here.